Nebraska voters moved to bring back execution for those criminals who have committed some of the most heinous crimes. The death penalty restored in what some call a landslide election. Reporter Megan Hahn joins us with this story. Megan?
The results came with more than 60% of voters choosing repeal, meaning the death penalty is reinstated. I spoke with a relative of the late Dr. Roger Brumbach, who was killed along with his wife and two others by Anthony Garcia. Carol Brumbach, sister of Dr. Roger Brumbach, says justice for her brother's murder will be served thanks to Tuesday's vote to reinstate the death penalty.
Until you've been through something like this and to basically know how it can shatter families' lives, friends, anybody that knew the victims, because I just never want Garcia to actually walk the streets ever again, and I don't want somebody else that does something similar to what he did.
Dr. Anthony Garcia was convicted in the killing of the Brumbachs along with two others on October 26th. Proponents of death row say that it's a tool to keep people from offending.
So we don't use it often, but it is an appropriate punishment. And you take a look at two cases that are coming up right now. You know, Dr. Garcia and Nico Jenkins, and you look at the crimes they committed. You remember the terror that was caused when Nico Jenkins was loose.
But opponents of execution say that the system is broken.
It still risks executing innocent people. There are still problems with lethal injections, still don't have the drugs required to execute someone. It still doesn't deter violent crime, and it still costs an extraordinary amount of money.
But even with the death penalty back on the books, it could be years before another sentence is carried out. The state has been unable to secure drugs needed for the 3-drug execution protocol. Governor Pete Ricketts spoke to the Omaha World Herald today saying, quote, "Now that we have the will of the people on this subject, I'll be working with the Attorney General to get the substances to carry out the sentences." Reporting live in the studio, Megan Hahn, KMTV Action 3 News.